Hi everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, we explore how scaling works in n8n, including queue mode, and even we implemented it in our local machine. In this video, we are taking it a step further. We will see how to scale n8n when it is deployed on a EC2 instance, and which is a much closer to real-world production setup. If you have not watched my earlier video yet, I highly recommend to watch it first. Okay, so I will add the link in my comment box. So let's see what is the architecture here. Okay, so we will have a 3 EC2 instances. One is our master instance and other are the worker instance. Okay, so for the interest of time, I already have, so let me open this. I already created the master EC2 instance and the worker EC2 instance. Okay, and let me open this one. Let me open my master. Okay, and let's connect the master. I'm connecting it. Okay, so we are good. I will show you one more thing. So here we can see I have installed the Postgres and I have installed the Redis. I explained why we need the Postgres and the Redis actually in my last video. So basically this support the scaling. Okay, so both Redis and Postgres is installed, and if you look on this configuration file, okay, so I'm in the security group. So let me go to the security group. Here we can see the inbound rules. I have enabled this port. 5678 is the port for n8n and 5432 the Postgres port and 6379 is the Redis port. So all these ports are enabled. Okay, I mean opened. So coming to the console, now what we need to run the n8n as a master. Okay, for that what I have done, I have prepared a document, a detailed document. So you guys can follow this document for the purpose. I will share that. Okay, so here I mentioned about how to run the Postgres. Everything is I have mentioned, and this is what we needed to run the master node. Okay, so we need to set up all these environment variable. Okay, so important thing is that we have to in execution mode we have to set it as a queue. Execution to workers, everything is there. Okay, so let me copy this. I can paste it here. Paste. Now execute. So it is initializing. Everything is there. Okay, now it says it started. Okay, so what I can do, I can go back and check the public URL of this particular EC2 instance. Public IP. So this is a public IP. I can paste the public IP here and I can do 5678. Let's do it. Okay, so we are getting an error, something like this. This is because I'm not using secure, right? So what I need to do, I need to do one more setup. One more environment variable has to be run. So let me stop this. I can do export this to n8n secure to false. Now n8n start. Initializing the process, everything is good. Okay. Okay, now it started. So let me refresh it. It's bit slow. Okay, but it's loading. Okay, I already registered it. So let me, I believe I am remembering the password. So let me check this. Okay, we are good. So here we can see a workflow. I have created two workflows. This is a one workflow. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just check this. This is a 5-second wait. Okay, so I am executing it. So the execution is in progress. Okay, go and check the console. Here we can see enqueued the execution 7. Okay, it is 7 because I tried a few earlier. That's why showing 7. Okay, see, after 7 seconds, still like it is not executing, right? Its status is not completed. It is still in the executing stage because we have only the master n8n. It is executing. Now what we need a worker n8n to take this task and complete it. Okay, for that we can start set up the worker one. So let me do this. So I can put it somewhere here. Connect. So the connection is in progress. We'll see. Establishing the connection. Okay, so here also what we need to do, we need to do some kind of a environment setup. Okay, so here we can see the Postgres DB is there, and instead of this IP, I mean local IP, I have to give the public IP. Okay, the same thing with the Redis. So the public IP, we know that this is the public IP, right? So let me copy this public IP. Sorry, let's copy this. Copy this. I can paste it here. Paste it here. The same thing I can paste it here. Paste. Okay. Then I believe we are good. So let me copy this. So here we can see I am using the n8n worker and I purposefully set as a 1. Okay, concurrency as a 1 because it will execute 1 at a time. So this is for the demo purpose. By default it is 10. Based on your machine capacity, you can increase the concurrency part. Okay. Now we are in the EC2 instance. Now let me export this and start this. Okay. So we are getting an error because it's a encryption key has some issues. Okay, so this encryption key is old one. Okay, I need to get the encryption key of my master. Okay, so I believe, okay, maybe I have to stop this one again. So let me stop this. I need to get the encryption key. Okay, I think it is not, since it is an active one, it is not able to stop. Let me close this. Let me see. Okay. Okay, what I can do, I can do cat. Okay, to set the home ubuntu dot n8n config. Okay, so this is my encryption key. So let me copy this encryption key and I can paste it here. Encryption key. Let's copy everything. In between, let me start this. N8n I can start. Okay. Here 192.5678. Okay, here we can see that. Let me open this. Okay, now let's try to execute it again. Okay, So the execution is in progress. We can see it is enqueued the job, and nobody is there to take up this particular thing. Okay. Now I can do I can paste this here. Let's execute it. Worker process. I think this time it is fine. Okay. Let's see. It's executing. See, by default, once it is started, it is taking the job and it is completed. Okay, so the worker is finished execution of job. Okay, here also we can see the execution is completed. Okay, I think we are good with a single master. Okay, so what is the problem now? The problem is, let me open another tab here. Let me do a duplicate. Okay, so here go to workflow 2. Okay, so in the workflow 2, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it like 20 seconds. Now let me execute it. Okay, so if you execute it, we can see that it is started. So if you go to the main method, we can see that job is enqueued. Okay, it is still executing. I'm running the 5-second thing also. Okay, so now the 5-second workflow is waiting to complete the first one. Okay, so because it will take the 20 seconds, then it is executing this second one and it is completed. Okay, so the problem here is since we have only one process is running, one EC2 instance is running, and the problem is if I am executing the second one, it has to wait until it completed the first one. Okay, so what we are going to do to solve this, what we are going to do, we are going to create a worker, second worker. Okay, so let's start. It's already started. Let me connect this. Connect. I can copy the same thing. Let me copy this. Okay. Connect. Connect. Connection is in progress. Let me move this to here. Okay. Let's paste it. I'm going to start it again. Okay. n8n worker. Okay, now we are good. So currently we have 2 workers up and running and we have 1 master is there. So let me remove all those things. Let's keep only these 3 tabs. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it 30 seconds and going to execute it. So it is executing and it has to wait for 30 seconds, and so it is start executing, right? It is start executing. Now in between I'm going to start my second one. Okay, so it's also executing. The 5-second one is completed, but the first one is still executing. Okay, so if you look on this job, we can see that the worker 2 is taken the second workflow. Okay, because already this one is busy, so the second one is already completed the one, while the worker 1 is executing the first 22nd one. Okay, so we can see that okay, beside there it is also execution is completed. We can go and check our master one, and the both 12 and 11 jobs are finished. Okay, the first is completed by the 12th job and the second is completed the 11th job because it is a 30-second. Okay, so in this way we can easily implement the scaling part. Okay, so which means, so in our for the sake of the discussions, what I have done is I have just put the concurrency is equal to 1, right? If a concurrency is equal to 20 or 30 based on our machine, which means we will able to execute, like if we have 2 machines, we will able to execute like a 20 or 30 process at the same time. So in this way, we will not able to wait one process to complete. So it will be like very fast. Okay, so that is all about in this video. So I believe it is very clear and everybody understood how to do the production ready n8n. So please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.